Okay, up next they have these new solar lights this year too. I'm going to combine it with a fun noodle to make cool, like nautical pilings light display by using just a fun noodle. I thought I could do like the three logs, like, at a pier where you like can tie up your boat. And so I'm going to take the fun noodle and I want to cut it in three different lengths. So there'll be some variety. We can tie them all together. It's got a hole in it, so I can go ahead and put the solar light in it. I thought this decorative one would be perfect. And I'm using that little pool noodle knife from the Dollar Tree. It works great for cutting this down. And I'm going to display it all just on one of those chunky wood, like rectangular signs from the Dollar Tree. So that is what it's going to look like. I only had a red fun noodle, so we're going to make it work. I want to make it look like wood though. So for the base, I do want that to kind of look like wood, kind of like driftwood. So I'm using like this beachcomber color by Apple Barrel. And I'm just painting the wood plaque. I thought the wood plaque would be a nice heavy base. Something that would hold up outdoors and be really cute. And this solar light DIY just turned out amazing. So after I paint it, I'm just taking some antique wax by Waverly and distressing in one direction. I kind of blend it with a baby wipe and it's going to give me like a wood grain, kind of give it that distressed driftwood look that I wanted. Now this is the contact paper that I'm going to use. It's kind of like a light to a medium like wood grain on there. And I thought I could cover the fun noodles with this to kind of make them look like nautical pilings. So I'm going to measure. I can do one across that'll do like the medium and the small one. So I just measure. They have lines on the back, so it makes it easy to cut and just see how much I need to go all the way around. I do want to overlap so it sticks a little bit better to itself than it actually sticks to the fun noodle. So it is important to overlap it a little bit. So I'm trying to get it lined up straight. Easier said than done. But you can kind of pull it off until you're happy with it. Starting in the middle seemed to work a little bit better for me. And I'm just going to roll that on and it's going to make it look like wood. Since it's made out of a fun noodle, it should hold up well outside too. And I think the contact paper will too. So I have enough for the smaller one of the fun noodles too. So I'm going to cut that one down to size and peel and stick on this as well. Now, I'm going to do the same thing on all three of them. I did think about using the contact paper for the top of it as well, but I found that it really did not just stick to the foam, especially like the cut foam tops of it. So I had to come up with another plan for that, but what I came up with actually seemed to work pretty well. So here is our third and final log. And this looks like it's real contact paper. You could also use like the wood contact paper from the Dollar Tree. They have it too. I think it would work fine. I just happen to have this. It is probably a little bit better quality than the one you're going to get at Dollar Tree. But this is our final nautical piling. And I've made one of these maybe for 4th of July one time. I kind of remember making one of these, but it's always a fun idea to try to make some faux wood here. So we have all three pieces, and then now we have to deal with the tops of them. I want to disguise like the red. I don't want that to show through. So I'm going to try to mask it with some white paint. And I also want to cover the holes in the center of two of them that won't have lights. I'm only going to do the light on the tallest one of the nautical pilings. So I just take some white duct tape and I just kind of cut it where it would cover the hole but not like stick out on the sides of it. And then I want to leave my third one open like that because it's a perfect size for a solar light. Now to disguise the red, I'm going to paint it white. So I'm painting it white. It's going to match that duct tape too. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just want to disguise the red because we're going to be covering it with something else that you might be able to see through. And I don't want you to be able to see that it is a red fun noodle under this. So I just kind of carefully paint over the duct tape. Actually worked pretty well. and the sides of it. And then this one doesn't have any duct tape, so I just kind of go around the top of it, and then I also go like inside a little bit, anywhere that you might see a little bit of red peeking out. And then I thought to cover the top of it, I wanted something coastal beachy, but something that I would be able to stick to it since the contact paper did not want to stick to the top. And I decided to try burlap. I had a scrap piece of burlap from the Dollar Tree. So what I'm going to do is just cut out a square of that, larger than the pier post for each one of those. So I just went ahead and cut out 3 pieces of that. I'm not going to cut them out into circles. I'm going to cut them out later to size. Right now, we're just going to do it with squares. Since it's going outside, I have a lot of luck with that tacky glue from the Dollar Tree holding up well outside. So I put a nice coat of that on top of the white paint and then just lay my burlap right inside of there. I'm going to kind of push it down with a paper towel, make sure it is all adhered before the glue dries. And we're going to do the same thing here with the other 2. It's a nice thick glue. I've used it for like gluing shells on things outside and just really impressed with the strength of this. I thought it might be better than Mod Podge because Mod Podge is going to be like water soluble. So I did the same thing there with the shorter one. For this one, I'm going to do the same thing. I could always cut the hole out when I trim up the rest of the burlap. So that looks pretty good, and it dried up really fast. I didn't want to use heat on it because the foam will kind of melt a little bit. And then once I get it on there, I just go around and cut it down to size. That way I get a perfect cut, make sure I don't have any red peeking out around the corners. And it definitely goes with, you know, that wood feel and the nautical feel. So that was a good solution for the top of those. Now for this one, I need to have a hole in the center too. You can see through it so you can see exactly where you need to cut, and doesn't have to be perfect right here because it's going to be covered up with that cute little solar light that I got at the Dollar Tree. It has like a really great design on it, and it does a really cool pattern. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the tape from the battery. Make sure this is good to go, and I'm going to leave the stem on mine, but I don't need the stake that goes into the ground. And then I am going to go ahead and see how I want these on here. I kind of liked it with the 2 taller ones in the back and the shorter one in the front. So that is what we're going to do with these. I'm going to hot glue these down. I couldn't really think of something that was going to be strong enough to hold it, you know, in the process. Like, you know, I really need this to get done tonight, so I didn't have time to let any other kind of glue set up. So I use hot glue from time to time outside, and I have pretty good success with the Gorilla Glue. So after figuring out exactly how I want this laid out, I'm just going to use a pencil to sketch that out so I know exactly where to put my hot glue before I put my fun noodle back on there. So I'm going to do one at a time, and I'm going to fill the whole fun noodle up just like that, lots of glue. It's okay if a little bit of it comes out around the sides. I want it to be nice and strong. And then we're going to do the same thing here with the other 2 nautical pilings. Now, we have an island here where I live in Florida that is between the ocean and the lagoon. And it is really fun to go to the lagoon. They have these like nautical pilings everywhere where people can tie up their boats and stuff like that when they go to restaurants and stuff like that. So it's super fun. So that's what it looks like so far. Now I want to tie them together since they're nautical pilings. I don't really have enough room to do like 2 rows of rope, so I'm going to do like 1 rope and then I'm going to like wrap it around twice. So I start here in the back and I just hot glued that to the back of the piling like that. And then I'm going to go around 1 more time. I did hot glue it on the front too, just to kind of keep it in place, and then hot glue it here on the back, and we can just cut off the rest of that rope. And that's just Dollar Tree rope. So that's what it looks like so far. Now it's time for the light. All you got to do is put it right down inside that fun noodle, Isn't that so cool? I think it turned out really fun. And wait till you see this all lit up. I love the design. Even in the daytime, it was wanting to light up for me there. And making the nautical pilings that kind of look like wood, that contact paper is pretty impressive. Looks really good. The base is pretty simple. I didn't really want that to stand out too much. It's more of a functional piece. And look at that beautiful pattern that the solar light is emitting all over the place. I think this is going to be perfect for my front porch. I'm so excited to put this out. These solar lights are so much fun and they really last for a long time.